What is up, my YouTube friends? Got the do-rag on today. It's like, I don't know, 2,000 degrees out. Welcome to another episode of Questions from the Truck, number 48. Hope you all had a good week. If you were in the heat wave, I hope you kept cool. If you were in the floods and fires, I hope you were safe. So let's start the show because we got a lot of questions today. Thank you for all your questions. And as always, oh shoot. If you can help, I don't know, answer some of these questions, put them in the comments below. But I think most of these questions are pretty much geared to me. And yeah, I think so. Let's go. Let's go, Jerry. Our first question is from BNSF6951. Cousin Vinny wants to know, how did I get into model trains? Well, the short answer is my best friend Bill, his dad, growing up, well, he would put up Christmas trains. Had a Lionel set, and he would put one up every year. And I just got into them. I liked them. And then, I don't know, I guess I was around 14, 15 at the time. And I got an HO train. Don't remember who got it for me, where it came from, or where it is now. And then slowly I got into N-scale back in, I guess, late 80s, early 90s. And started a layout, but never finished it. That's it. Thanks for that question, Vinny. My next question is from Sparky107107. What else do I work on when it comes to restoration work? Some houses, yeah, but mostly trolleys, some furniture. That's about it. Trolleys, some houses, some old houses. I've worked on some old houses. Houses that, I think my oldest house dated back to like 1890. That house was a nightmare, man. I put a kitchen in that house. Turned out beautiful, but it was a nightmare. TriGogglin, he wants to know, Pappy over there, he wants to know those metal strips on my trolley doors now look like they are riveted. Will I take care of that, or will somebody else take care of it? No, that's all me. They're not riveted. They're like a T-nut. It's just a nut that gets inserted, and it looks like a rivet on that side, on that face side, but a screw is behind it. You know, it goes through, and that's for the hinges. So, I do it all, man. Somebody else will sandblast those parts for me, things like that, and some metal work I'll replace, but it's just easy metal work. It's just strip metal. Oh, thank you for your question. My next question is from Dwight Kerley. Dwight wants to know, I'm kind of like, I'm trying to understand his question. It says, are real locos 6 axles beside the switchers? I don't know what you mean by that, Dwight. Like, you know, there's 6 axle locomotives and 4 axle locomotives. And then you got switchers, you know, and not all, like, 4 axle locomotives are switchers. They could be, you know, road engines too, like GP38s and GP39s, things like that. I don't know if SC40 is a 6 axle, but a GP40 might be a 4 axle. I don't know, but is that what your question was? And he wants to know, what is a derail? A derail is just that. It's a mechanism. It can be either switch thrown, or at the railroad that I volunteered at, it was just a flip. and it was just this metal, uh, like a metal ramp that would go over and cover the track, and in case something got loose in the yard, the train would hit the derail and come off the track, not continue through the yard out on the main line, and so that's what a derail is. Some of them are actually look more like a switch. You throw like a switch, but that's what a derail is. Thank you, Dwight. I gotta keep track of these because there's a couple that I'm gonna have to go back to. I was going to do my homework and I forgot to do my homework, teacher. NissyJ, she wants to know, thanks Nissy, she wants to know, if I could take a train ride anywhere in the world, where would it go? Where would I go? There's this train in Japan, geez, I forget the name of it. It is like a high-class passenger train. Man, like a trip across the country costs like, I don't know, $20,000 or something. Like a one-day trip costs like $2,000. It's a beautiful train. It's like a high-speed train. It's green. I can't remember the name of it, like Nakashiki, or I can't remember the name of it. Oh, the Twilight. The Twilight something or other. I'll put a link into it under your question. It's like awesome. I would love to go on that. That and what is it? The Alaskan one that I think it's called like the Royal Blue or something. It's like a week long or 2 week long train tour of Alaska. They're my two. And if I had to pick one, wow, Japan. I'm fascinated by Japan, period. So I would go there. Thank you, Nissy. Where would you go? Lehigh River Subdivision, Ian over there. He wants to know NS and CSX on Conrail shared asset. What is up with that? Conrail still retains trackage in a lot of areas down here in southeastern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, parts of even like central New Jersey. Where else? Probably in some other parts of the country. I don't know. But around here, they still retain trackage. They still have maintenance crews that take care of that trackage. They do not have engines. That's the only thing. So they use CSX and NS power at these yards that are usually NS or CSX. So these Conrail crews go out. That's their territory. Conrail crews take these trains, even if they are have begun their journey on CSX or NS. Oh, shoot. We have one here. NS does an oil train. The Conrail crew brings the train the last couple miles of its journey. So I hope that helped you. Thank you for your question. My next one is from Bob, PK&W ModelWerx. So Bob wants to know, what do I prefer to railfan, winter or summer? Winter and having a hot beverage, or summer having a cold beverage? Or does it matter? Not matter. Man, that's tough. Nobody wants to be outside in 100-degree temperatures, right? So, nice weather. That's all I'm looking for. I don't want to rail fan in the rain. I don't want to rail fan in the snow. Just nice weather. That's it. With a coffee or a water. I don't drink beer. So thanks for your question, Bob. Hope you're doing well. How's things in Texas? My next question is from Is This Seth? He wants to know how many heritage or spirit units have I seen? I don't know. Heritage units, let's see, Pennsylvania, Reading, Conrail, whatever that green one was, Interstate, the M&W or N&W, Northwestern or Norfolk Western. And I think that's it for NS on heritage units in person. CSX, I've seen them all. 911, all, the first responder ones the CSX have. I've even seen their chintzy ones that they call like heritage units, like the Spirit of Riviana or Riviana or Spirit of St. Louis. Seen them too. Pretty much all of them with CSX. I don't think there's any that I haven't seen from CSX. Thanks for your question, Seth. How many have you seen? What you seen? What you seen, man? My next question is from Nathan DeLay. Nathan DeLay, he's got a lot of them. I'm just going to try to answer some of them. He wants to know, are museums getting more trolleys? Sometimes, if they have room and something's available. But for the most part, I think what they have is what they have. Occasionally, they'll get things. But room is really the key factor. Do they have room to store it, keep it, and all that. How many people does it take to work on a trolley? 1 or 201? Really, there is no number. 1 person, 2 people, pretty much can do anything. Are they complicated? Yeah, they're very complicated trolleys, especially the wiring underneath. That's beyond me. I don't know nothing about it. I can't talk about it. I just don't know nothing about it. Me and electrical aren't friends. Will I make an N-scale trolley? No. Plain and simple, no. But I will be maybe making a bigger scale trolley. And he had a question about when he builds his trolley, real trolley, how could he get it on the tracks? That's a tough one, Nathan DeLay. It's not like bringing your model train somewhere and running it. To be truthful with you, I think you would have a hard time doing it. Because, number one, your work would need to be inspected. It would, and I don't know that anybody would be qualified at a trolley museum to inspect your work and see if it was safe to operate. I don't want to dash your dreams, but you build that trolley, man, and we'll find a way to get it somewhere to the tracks. I don't know. Put it close to the tracks, though, because it's a lot of money to transport a trolley. Thousands of dollars on a truck. His next question, how do you keep organized, like, on your parts? A lot of bags, a lot of writing, write down everything. Because remember, if you're involved in a big restoration, you might not be there to see it through. And the last thing you want to do is leave 10,000 parts all laying around with no labels on them and nobody having knowledge of where they go and what they do. Label everything. That's the best way to keep organized. I think that's it. And if I missed some, I'm sorry. You can ask them the next time. Or ask them to me in person. I'll be back because I got to research this question. I got to ask Mr. Google Pants. I'll be back. What's up? I'm back. Drew Steele 69. He's got a question. Yeah, I'm not in the truck. I'm not in the shop. I'm back home. So Drew's question to me is, other than trains and track, what other things am I going to have on my layout? Well, my layout is basically an industrial park, a small industrial park. So no houses. I'll have a diner, so I'll have some people there. A few people here and there, not a ton of them. My lumber yard, bakery, I don't know building, my shop, a car shop, a loco shop, and I don't know building. So mostly vehicles, cars, trucks, forklifts, equipment like that for the lumber yard, and various other little detailing parts that I'll have scattered around. Probably do a road crossing since I'll have a crossing. But definitely no houses. Maybe some other little tiny details, but for the most part, trucks, cars, not a ton of them. So I don't want to keep taking them on and off. I don't want a lot of clutter on there. So we'll see. Take it slow. But other than that, that's it. I guess you guys are going to have to stay tuned and see what I add to the layout as far as little detail parts like that. Thanks for your question, Drew. Be well, be blessed. Next. Okay, I'm back. So me and Mr. Google Pants had a little talk. This is for Digger Evans Model Railway. Digger always has these hard questions that most of the time I need to ask Mr. Google Pants the answers to them, because I don't even know anybody that would know this stuff. My friends aren't that smart. Well, they are smart, but... So, Digger's question for me is, and you guys, I just asked Mr. Google Pants, he could be wrong. So, how many miles of track is there in the United States of America? Well, I'm just going to say, Mr. Google Pants said, this is just the big railroads, the big 6 railroads, Amtrak, BNSF, UP, NS, CSX, and Kansas City Southern. Just the big railroads. 160,141 miles of track. I'm sure that doesn't include all the short lines, all the tiny little lines, all the excursion railroads. It could be twice that with all them. I don't know. But for the big ones, it's over 160,000 miles. It's a lot of track, man. There's a lot of country to cover here. It's a big place this United States is. Thank you all for your questions. Whew, man, it's getting hot, man. I'm sitting here under a shade tree, but it's still hot, man. I think it's like 90 something out now. Thank you all for your questions. Be well, be blessed. Until the next time, I'll see you somewhere. Trackside, questions for the truck. Who knows when from the truck? Who knows when the next one will be? I got to feel like doing it. Right now, I'm kind of busy with my museum build, my museum work. So, I find time when I can find time, but I still find time to do the easy videos like Railfanning. Be well, be blessed until the next time. Peace and see ya!